I'm a dad, and I've got dad, and I'm on my journey to get a six-pack. And this week went amazing, y'all. I weighed in at that's the lowest I've been in a hot minute. But this success didn't come from just anywhere. It came from me working very hard the past 3 weeks. So let's jump straight into breaking down the past week, y'all. Week 3 was probably my best week out of this 10-week challenge. I was able to balance my family life, I was working out every single time I wanted to work out, and I stuck to all my calories. And not only that, I did it with the struggle of my son going through some weird sleep regression, y'all. Like, boy was waking up at 11 o'clock at night and staying up till 3:30 in the morning, and then he'd go back to sleep for a little bit, but wake back up again at around 6 or 7, so wasn't getting much sleep this week. Now, at the beginning of the week, I weighed in a little heavier than I expected to weigh in, which put me in a bad mindset right off the bat. And when you're trying to lose weight and you see that your weight is fluctuating, it doesn't make you feel that amazing. It brings some self-doubt. But I've been through this before, so I didn't let me bring me down. Instead, I decided to cut my calories a little more this week and focus on getting in my workouts. And as a matter of fact, it all worked out perfectly. Even after I had an amazing night hanging out with my brother and eating a ton, and I mean a ton, of bad food. But I won't talk about that till we get to the food recap. So this week, since I cut my calories, it made it a little more difficult just to eat whatever I wanted. And it made it so that I had to eat strategic out of my fridge. And at the same time, since I was eating less food, I knew I needed to recover a little bit more. So I actually took, I think, a little bit more rest this time around. And it felt good. It was a priority shift, but I needed it. I knew I needed it. And the biggest push behind that was because my son was having trouble sleeping this week. So once I realized I was losing sleep, I knew I needed to make up somewhere else. It's all about balance. I mean, I bet you were in school at one point in time, maybe college, and people were like, well, there's the triangle. You can either have a social life, you can do good in school, or you can go to work, or some shit like that. No matter what, if you do all three, you're gonna burn out if you do it all the time. Life's all about balance, y'all. And that's what I've found out. Now, speaking of balance, I don't have any dumbbells in my hands anymore, so I'm perfectly safe in the gym and I'm not gonna fall. So don't worry about it. I know you were probably worried. Just like I was worried the other day when I had a bunch of my son's snacks. Like, I was snacking on his stuff. I was drinking his yogurts. I was eating his goldfish, eating a bunch of pretzels. And I was like, man, I am going to go over my calories for today because just in the morning time, I'd eaten too much. But I scrapped it all together, y'all. And I just ate the bare minimum when it came to meals. Like, we're talking just getting some ground beef, throwing it with some lettuce and some black beans. Like, that might be a meal to someone else, but to me, that's like suffering, honestly. And that's not even the only way I suffered this week. Like I said already, my son was staying up late and I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. And when you don't get a lot of sleep, I'm pretty sure you can relate. You're usually cranky. And what else makes you cranky? Being hungry. But what do you have to do when you're losing weight? Be hungry. So when you add the two together, it's a perfect storm. So this week, I had to fight being angry the whole time. I had to fight not getting upset at little things. And the way I balanced it out was, oh, maybe I should take some more naps with my son this week. Sounds good. And just doing something as simple as that helped me regulate. And on top of that, since I was eating less, I knew that I had to go a little bit easier on my workouts, which I did, but that also meant I needed to spend more time with my family, which I felt like I did definitely. There were mornings where my wife would wake up, even when Luca was staying up late at night, and we'd all just hang out, we'd have some coffee, we'd come down here in Luca's new play area, and we'd just chill out together. Life is all about balance. And even when those struggles pop up, there's a way to get through it. Because even though these things were all hard to get over, when I took action and started to make the decisions that I knew would help me out in the long run, I started to feel better. Instead of playing the victim of, man, I was up late all night, man, I'm not eating enough food, I'm just an asshole now. All that gets you is just a crappy situation. It's not gonna get you anywhere just complaining. So just doing something about it makes a big difference. Just like right now. I'm tired and I'm stressed about recording this video because it's late at night and I don't want to wake up my son, but I know if I do record it and I take action, I'm going to feel better for tomorrow when I get to edit this and get this video out on time and stick to my goals. It's all about taking action, y'all, and not just sitting there and complaining, which is the main reason why a lot of people can never get a six-pack. They're like, oh man, I'm fat. I'm never gonna have a six-pack. Everyone else that has a six-pack is on drugs, or has no life, or doesn't enjoy life, or they're just a bunch of douchers. That's the complainer. That's Tub Tub complaining because Tub Tub could get off his butt and start doing some work. This is my boy Tub Tub, and me and him are real with each other. He loves being on me, but he knows he needs to go. And anytime I decide to eat a lot of food, he comes on out and he's like, "What you doing? You feeding me again? You want me to stay? I'll stay with you." Tub Tub. Well, you know what, Tub Tub? We should tell them what we ate this week and what we did for workouts. So let's start with the workouts, y'all. All right, so let's talk about what I did for workouts this week. Like I said, I did go a little easier, which means I took more rest days and my workouts weren't as intense, but I still put in the work and it all paid off. So on Monday at the start of the week, I went cycling with my son. It was a beautiful day out. I took him on a 2.5 mile bike ride. I went very, very slow. I believe it took like maybe, 50 minutes in total because I'm riding on the lowest gear possible so he's not freaking out and juggling all around. I don't regret taking a day just to do that for a workout. And I count it as a workout because I was moving around. So if you're on a weight loss journey like me and you feel like, oh, I went for a walk today, that's not enough for a workout, it's better than doing nothing. So then on Tuesday, I made my workout really fun, especially because Luca was down here playing with his grandma. So I was able to work out and interact with my son and his grandma at the same time. He would come over and say hi while I was working out. I'd go over there in between sets, and it was just a blast. I had a lot of fun with this because I did a superset. Did a superset of kettlebell swings, goblet squats, and Romanian deadlifts, and it was just an amazing flow. And honestly, I'm going to keep doing more workouts like this because I feel like it's going to benefit me no matter what, and it's not going to be detrimental to me running a marathon later on next year. So after Tuesday, I took 2 rest days back to back. Now, these are the days that my son was up late. On that Tuesday, though, he was up late, but since grandma was here, I had a little backup. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I decided to pull it back a little. And when I decided to take those rest days, I knew that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was going to get workouts in. So on Friday, I just worked out down in the basement with my son and my wife. I did another workout with a little bit of dumbbells, but mainly just focusing on core and doing the dumbbell portion as just me getting in a sweat. So I did do 3 sets of crunches, 3 sets of sit-ups. One of my sets of sit-ups, I had my son with me. Don't know if I got it on footage, but then I decided to do 100 reps of thrusters, which I used to love thrusters, and 40 pounds is nothing to me. I used to do thrusters at 185 pounds, but it was just fun to get moving and just move my body, and it felt good to do that after 2 days of rest. Now on Saturday, I have it here as fitness class because I did a bully juice workout, a 30-minute one. It's one that I had done already before, but hey, he's my go-to for when I don't know what I want to do and I want to get a workout in and I don't want to be diddly-daddling. Wow, I just used a term my wife says on me all the time. Now on Sunday, I got to go running, and it was disgusting out. It was misty, which meant everything is wet. There were puddles everywhere, and my shoes were wet. It was a fun time.
All right, that was a good one. My shoes are wet.
All in all, I'm really happy with how I did this week. I worked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I worked out 5 days out of the 7, which my goal is to work out 5 days out of the 7 days of the week. So that's a success. Now let's go talk about the food. All right, so food this week. It went absolutely phenomenal. I know you can see on the screen right now that Sunday I went over on calories, but this was the day, if you watched the last video, where I only went over 183 calories, which is a success. Now, let's start off with Monday. So Monday was a good day. I had an omelet for breakfast. I had a salad at some point in the day. And then, your boy wanted to have a little snacky snack, and he saw there was some pizza in the fridge. So I had 2 good old slices of pizza, which after I had them, I kind of really regretted it because it was 350 calories out of my budget for the day, and it wasn't worth the taste. Sometimes you just make mistakes like that. Now, Tuesday was an interesting day because I didn't really have breakfast. I had a big old lunch. It was very interesting. Let's just look at it together. So I had a smoothie, but that smoothie didn't really fulfill me enough. And so I decided to have some chili with some pasta and cheese. And on top of that, I had some sourdough bread and a little bit of butter and sour cream. No matter what, I just started eating a bunch of food. And after I did it, I was like, uh-oh, big mistake, because that was 1,000 calories, which meant I need to dial it in, not snack at all. And I just needed to make sure dinner didn't go too high, which I did very well at because I just had chili. And I knew it was going to be around 700 calories for the meal. So I just made sure I had that much left. And when we look at the calories for that day of Tuesday, I still had 165 left over. So I think that's a pretty big win. Now, Wednesday cracked me the hell up, y'all, because I had a brat, which I always know the brat meal is high in calories, but I love it. It's an easy go-to. I don't have to cook anything. I just heat it up, put it on a bun, eat it. But then for dinner, I just had a bunch of chicken, honestly, some rice and some vegetables, like a lot of vegetables, which it came out to be not really a lot of calories, of course, but no matter what, I wanted to fill myself up as much as possible with veggies so I didn't feel like I wanted more food later. And it all worked out. That meal was only 661 calories. And for that whole day, I had 387 calories left over. Now, we could go through the rest of these days. One day I had like some tacos. They were delicious. I loved them. No matter what, I had a lot of good food. But let's just ixnay here. We're going all the way over to Saturday. Saturday, I had 1,431 calories left over. That's a fucking lie. I went over by I don't even know how much. I didn't want to calculate it. I didn't want to spend the time because I ate a lot of food. Because me and my brother, we hung out. And when we hang out, we eat a lot of food, which is why I did so amazing this week, like over the top, because I knew I was going to do a lot on Saturday. And I barely even ate on Saturday before I went to him. Like I had, what's it look like? An omelet for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had chicken tenders, which that's a part of the Saturday hangout with my brother. I ate them in the freaking car when we were going around and picking up supplies for what we were going to make at his place, which were cheeseburger egg rolls, y'all. These things were flamed. They had some caramelized onion with some amazing bacon, like pure good ground beef, and a slice of American cheese wrapped up in an egg roll and air fried. I feel bad talking about it because I was supposed to bring at least one home for my wife, and I had 3 in a Tupperware for her, but I forgot them. And I was the one that got to enjoy it with my brother, and they tasted phenomenal. And on top of that, we had a bunch of gummies, we had a bunch of snacks in general, we had some banana bread, we had some apple pie, we had, I can't even remember what else. Like, it was a lot of food, it was delicious, it was a good time, and I have no regrets. Let's go on to the rest of the video.
All right, today's Saturday the 14th. It's the end of week 3, and honestly, it's 7:40 in the morning, and my son is still asleep because he went to bed around almost 10 o'clock last night. So I'm going to work out this morning after I get my weigh-in in. We see how much amazing progress we had this week. We'll do a little spin around to get the after to see what the results are looking like. Maybe I'll measure myself, but no matter what, let's see where I'm at, and let's hit a bully juice workout. I'll take these clothes off. What did I tell y'all? I told you I'd lose weight. 210.
Now that week 3 is over, which it's been over for a hot minute, it's Tuesday right now, and it ended on Sunday. And when Sunday ended, I fully realized that when you're on a journey to change your life, you need to listen to yourself sometimes. Whenever you're feeling stressed, you might need to take a step back because there's no point in letting that stress get to you because it's just going to derail you from your goal. Honestly, if I could have changed one thing about last week, it would have been to nap a little bit more. I know I napped with my son about maybe twice that week, but I should have napped with him all week because even though I made up for a little bit of the lack of sleep, if I had done just a little bit more, I probably could have pushed it more in the workouts. I probably could have pushed it more on the caloric deficits, but at least I listened to my body so that I didn't completely fail. Heck, I completely succeeded. And it seems like I succeeded with finding the right community out here. I truly appreciate the comments that you guys leave. Some of them really boost me up, like the fact that you can start to see my abdominal muscles right now. I'm thankful for you acknowledging that. I don't have many people in my life that do bring that up. And at the same time, I love seeing comments from you guys on your own journey as well. Heck, homie over here is tracking their percentages. Like that's on a whole nother level. And it just drives me to be more consistent. It motivates me to be more driven, and it inspires me to keep on moving forward. So please, if you're trying to achieve something in your life right now, leave it in the comments below. We want to hear, we want to support each other because that's what this page is all about. And if this video resonated with you or if you even made it to the end here, I highly suggest hitting subscribe because all you're going to see on this channel is 2 brothers achieving whatever goals they set forth to achieve in their lives. Whereas right now, trying to get rid of this dad bod to get a 6-pack, and I'm reading every single day for 10 minutes. And my brother, he's trying to get rich by the time he's 30. And we're gonna achieve these goals and we're gonna document them. So if there was no better place for you to be inspired to keep achieving your goals and become the best version of yourself, I don't think there's a better place than this channel, because everybody else trying to sell you shit. I'm just here trying to show you my journey and cut out all the boring stuff. With that being said, I'll catch you guys next week, which is approaching very fast because it is Tuesday. And by the time I get all this uploaded, it will be Wednesday. And my week ends on Sunday. But you guys aren't even seeing this till Thursday. So I'll catch you on the flip side.